An inquest has heard that a healthy runner who collapsed during the London Marathon probably died because she'd taken a perfectly legal performance-enhancing drink supplement. Claire Squires collapsed just a mile from the finish line during last year's event. After her death, more than £1 million was pledged through her charity donation webpage by members of the public. Sky's Jason Farrell reports.
Claire Squires may still be alive today, but for a sports supplement that she added to her water bottle, which she carried during the marathon. Jack 3D, which she purchased online, used to contain a stimulant called DMAA. It's since been removed from the product and was banned from recreational use in the UK 4 months after she died. Her boyfriend said she had no idea of the dangers.
Claire was passionately against the use of drugs and would never, ever have taken anything that would have caused her harm or even worse, risked her life. She innocently took a supplement which at the time was entirely legal and widely available on the high street, and somewhat worryingly, apparently used by so many others.
The coroner, Philip Barlow, said she'd taken a supplement containing DMAA, which, on the balance of probabilities, in combination with extreme physical exercise, caused acute cardiac failure, which resulted in her death.
When your heart rate and your blood pressure are already extremely high, a drug that can affect heart rate and blood pressure even more may have an effect on blood vessels, tightening them up, could cause chaos with the cardiovascular system.
Claire was extremely fit and healthy, and she'd run marathons before. She didn't usually use sports supplements, but she wanted to beat her personal best and run the London Marathon in under 4 hours. She told her boyfriend that she'd only use the supplement if she hit a wall. Claire had been running to raise money for the Samaritans. By the time of her funeral, thousands of well-wishers had started adding to the £500 she'd initially raised, and the donations would total more than £1 million, which the Samaritans say will transform their small charity and leave a lasting legacy in her name. She died raising money, said the coroner, and he hoped her inquest would raise awareness of the dangers of DMAA.
Jason is live at Southwark Coroner's Court this evening. Jason, just how much of a surprise was it to her family that this supplement contributed to her death?
Well, I think it was a surprise to most people. I'm not sure whether their family had much forewarning about this, but 5 of the last 9 people who died after collapsing during the London Marathon had some form of heart disease. It subsequently emerged, and I think most people thought that would have been the case with Claire, because there had been reports that from her acupuncturist that she had an irregular heartbeat, which she never reported to her GP. But as we heard from pathologists and cardiologists, the feeling was that that hadn't contributed to her death, because she'd stress tested that by doing lots of activities and marathons before. And what they did say was that this substance, this performance-enhancing drug that was legal at the time, there was evidence that that had caused deaths in the past. US soldiers, for example, had used it and had heart attacks during rigorous tests. But what was also very clear, and the coroner spelled this out at the end, is that there's no way that Claire Squires could have known the dangers that she was in when she put that substance into her drink, that it was a legal substance at the time, and that unfortunately, though, it probably was what contributed to her death.
Jason Farrell at Southwark Coroner's Court, thank you.